What's good, YouTube? Your boy 21 here, and today I'm presenting on MCO40's channel. As always, MCO40 is an honor presenting a channel because you should probably know from when you first started off, presenting on a big channel is a big honor. So I want to say thank you again. Today's video topic is going to be the top 3 ways to improve your deck, whether it be a meta deck, tier 1 deck, tier 2 deck, fun deck, budget deck. These are my top 3 ways to improve your deck overall for performance and in an overall competitive environment. And these are the ways I take for every regionals and YCS that I go to. And so far, the results have been pretty good. Like, I might not top every regionals I go to or top every event I go to, but I get pretty damn close. And then sometimes I might top and I might not top. So by following these steps, it has helped me, and hopefully if you guys follow the steps, it'll help you guys in the long run. Starting off is going to be the obvious number one, studying the general meta. And by studying general meta, what I mean is basically know what you're playing against. Basically know what you're more than likely going to play against before you go to an event. So, for example, I'm going to the Nationals this weekend, or by the time you guys see this video, I'll already be at Nationals. And I know the playing field is Light Swarms, Yugiohs, Sylvans, Evil Swarms, because I know Evil Swarms kind of Light Swarms, and all the other Dragon decks. So I've known pretty much the basic playing field of the Nationals. And I know the basic builds of every deck I'll be going against. I know Sylvans run, for example, 3 charities with 2 of certain cards, and etc. So I know all the basic builds for all the meta decks going into Nationals, and I adjust my main deck and side deck accordingly to help me better those matchups. So by knowing what the meta decks are and knowing the basic builds of the meta decks, you know how to alter your deck to overall help you beat the decks when going to a big event or even going to your local. So studying the general meta for number one is definitely a good pick. It's definitely the first general rule you want to do to improve your deck. My number 2 rule is study the tier 2. And I'm not don't study it to the extent that I would like for you guys to study the meta decks, but you want to study the tier 2 to see how are these decks winning. But by discovering how the decks are winning, you take the basic concepts of those decks and possibly improve it to your own. For example, I play Chain Gadgets, and Chain Gadgets win by 1 or 2 ways. Setting up Draco Sack turn 1 and hoping your opponent can't get over Draco Sack, which is really hard turn 1 to get over. Or OTKing you turn 2 if you have the Gadget Kage Chain Summoning combo. So if I was, for say, a Gear player, and I was to look at Chain Gadgets and say, okay, let's see, how does Chain Gadgets win? And I'm having a tough time beat, let's for example, Dragons. How would I beat Dragons? Let me see. Okay, this Gadget guy, he beat Dragons with his Gadget deck, or he claims he does on Pojo. So let me see what his deck runs. Oh, he main deck Blackhorn. Oh, he main decks Vanity's Infinite. Maybe I should main deck those. Oh, his concept of his deck is to set up Draco turn 1. So maybe if I set up let's say for example, a good card turn 1, I can beat him. So if you guys understand what I'm trying to say, basically is find out the concepts of how the lower tier decks are winning, implement that to your deck, or even if you're playing another low tier deck, which is even better, implement that into your deck, and it can overall help you either innovate your deck and or improve your deck to give you stronger matchups for certain decks you might be facing at a big event. And lastly, and but not least, is the good almighty have your friends play test your deck for you, or have somebody you know test the deck, see what they liked and what they didn't like. Fortunately enough for me, when I first started playing Chain Gadgets, I was the only one playing with it. And after I talked with it in Chicago about a few months ago, I've had a lot of Gadget players on the Pojo forums test the deck out, tell me what they didn't like, tell me what they did like, and more than often I've been comparing and contrasting what the players in the Pojo forums have been saying and implementing that into the new build I'm taking to Nationals this weekend. So, or today when you guys see the video. So, by having people test your deck out, even online, even on the forum, Pojo forums are really good in TCG strategy area. So by having people test your deck out in general, it helps you understand where the flaws was with the version 1 or version 2 that you built it up. And just two minds are greater than one, meaning you might have a good idea, but somebody else might have a good idea, and you put both of those ideas together. That's how decks like, for example, the Mermaid deck that Billy Breck and Jeff Jones invented about, say, last year, 2012, 2013, which completely broke the meta. So, I don't know if I was talking too fast for you guys. Sorry if I was, but I'm a little tired studying for class and shit like that. So, to wrap this up and to give you guys a recap of what I was talking about, 3 ways to make your deck better. Number 1 was to basically study the meta, understand the concept of each deck that you're studying and build your deck around how to beat the meta. Number 2, study the tier 2 decks. Basically, you don't study the tier 2 decks extensively like study the meta, but understand the concepts of how they win and try to implement it to your deck until the same concept, and you'll be surprised by what you can find out with your own deck and with innovating and making it potentially better than what it was. And my final tip was having a buddy or a group of people or a resource like Pojo test your list out for you and see what they think about it, see what the edits they made, and then by you guys all combining your minds together, you can make one pretty good broken deck. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you, Robbie, again for letting me present on your channel. It was an honor, as always. Rate, comment, subscribe. This is Yugioh21, and I'm out. If you like this video, come over to my channel, Yugioh21. Robbie will probably have it on screen somewhere. And if you also enjoyed this video, subscribe to Robbie's channel. All right, and I'm out. Deuces.